In this video, we're going over the new best Battlefield 6 aim assist settings to use after the recent update. Aim assist is a lot stronger in Battlefield 6 now, and I have some settings you should definitely take a look at if you play on controller and want to drastically improve your aim, accuracy, as well as gun skill. So as you can see, I play with an Xbox Elite controller on PC with one paddle on the back, the short paddle set up for jumping. These settings are going to work no matter what controller you're playing with, and also no matter what console or PC you're playing on with a controller. Now you can also see that I play on the alternate button preset. This is going to remap your crouch and prone button by pressing down on the right thumbstick. This is going to allow you to drop to a prone a lot faster, overall making you a harder target to hit. This is very important here in Battlefield 6, where positioning and movement is very important. This is going to allow you to be a more deadly player at both those close, medium, as well as longer ranges, because if you're a harder target to hit, you're gonna be able to stay alive longer, win more gunfights, and help your team secure the W. I highly recommend going ahead and trying out this button preset. And by the way, if you don't have enough time to play and need weapon or rank leveling assistance, Mitch Cactus has you covered. They offer legit and fast services like leveling up your guns and military ranks, and also helping you complete any hard challenges in game. Trusted by the community and seen all over on YouTube, Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers, making them the go-to for all things Battlefield 6 and also games like Call of Duty. You can use my code EARS to save 5% off, limited time only. Now, for the control settings, you want to go ahead and adjust a lot of these, because this is where things get interesting. After the update, aim assist is a lot stronger, and it's going to feel a lot more smooth here in Battlefield 6, and in my personal opinion, that is a massive W. I recommend playing within that 40 to 50 sensitivity range. This is going to allow you to outgun players very easily at those close, medium, as well as longer ranges, and that's very important. Now, this is going to be fast enough that you can turn on other players at close range if need be, but not fast that you're going to be missing unnecessary shots at those longer ranges, and that's going to be a very nice sweet spot to be at. Again, I recommend fine-tuning within that 40 to 50 range. It's going to allow you to be more agile, but also more precise at the same time. Invert vertical look is going to be turned off. Field of view after the update, I highly recommend at least trying out that 100 to 120 FOV. It's going to be giving you a bigger picture. You're going to be a more aware player, and because of the aim assist buff, everything is going to feel a lot more smooth. Now is the time to go ahead and adjust your FOV and see if you like playing on 110 to 120. Now, vertical aim ratio is going to be at 50. The zoom ratio is going to be at 75, and uniform infantry aiming is going to be turned off. Now, infantry aim assist is going to be set to 100. The slowdown is also going to be set to 100. These two are going to make it feel like glue on the sticks. You'll be able to very easily snap on the players, especially at those medium to longer ranges. I'm going to showcase all these settings in action in the firing range, so you can see exactly how your game should be feeling like. Now, for your infantry aim input curve, I recommend playing on Battlefield 3. For the zoom input curve, I also recommend playing on Battlefield 3, and the acceleration preset, play on Battlefield 1. And for the aiming left-right acceleration, I recommend having this at 30. These settings are going to feel amazing after the update. The aim assist is going to snap on the players naturally at any and all ranges, and it's not going to feel like anything is too strong or too slow. You're going to be a lot more accurate at longer ranges, and the game is overall going to feel a lot smoother with these button presets. I highly recommend going ahead and taking a look at this. I used to play on Battlefield Bad Company 2 aim assist. After I switched to Battlefield 3, I was a lot more accurate at those longer ranges, and that's where I feel like a lot of players are falling short. So I highly recommend going ahead and adjusting these. Now, what you want to do is go all the way down, because there are some settings you want to adjust here. Now, you want to have your infantry zoom sensitivity at 80, the smoothing turned off, and for your 1.0 all the way to 4.5, you want to bump it down from 100 to 80. This is so that you're going to be a lot more accurate at those longer ranges, so you can track players a little bit easier. Very important here in Battlefield 6, as well as RedSec. And for your higher zoom optics 5.0 to 10.0, you do want to go ahead and bump it up from 100 to 110 so you can move a little bit quicker, aim down sight, and obviously track moving targets a lot easier. Definitely go ahead and give these a try. You're going to see a drastic improvement whether you're an infantry assault rifle player or support player or a recon sniper. Everything else here is going to be the same. I've not made any other adjustments. Obviously gyro is irrelevant because I do not play with a gyro controller, but what you do want to do is go all the way down and you want to adjust your controller tuning. This is a setting that I feel like a lot of people sleep on, and honestly it's kind of in an awkward spot all the way at the bottom. And once you go ahead and click on this, you do want to turn off your vibration. I highly recommend shutting off vibration. You don't want to have any type of play in your controller that could potentially throw off your aim at longer ranges. And you can go ahead and adjust your dead zone settings as well. Dead zone settings are going to be personal preference and honestly your controller health preference. Depending on how much stick drift you have, if any, you might want to adjust it so everything is going to be feeling right to you. If you don't know if your controller has stick drift, what you need to do is go into the firing range, set your controller down, and if your player starts to drift up, down, left, or right, you have stick drift, and you can adjust those settings within this settings tab. Very important that you do so. Some players like to have some stick drift so things feel a little bit more natural. Some players don't like to have any. Again, these are my settings. You can copy them if you want. They might not be the best for you depending on your controller health. Now, some graphic settings that you want to adjust after the update that are going to pertain to your aim assist and overall feel of the game is you want to actually go ahead and drop down your weapon motion blur to 0 as well as your world motion blur to 0. This is very important so you're going to have little haze on your screen when trying to move, especially track people at those medium to longer ranges. If you don't turn this down, it's going to have a very annoying film grain on your screen that's going to be very difficult to see enemies at those close, medium, and obviously longer ranges. I highly recommend going ahead and adjusting this, especially at longer ranges. It's going to be very hard to track players, so make sure these settings are turned all the way down to 0. Now your camera shake amount, you want to bump this down to 50. When grenades are going off explosives, your screen is not going to shake as much, which is going to overall help you out at those long range gunfights. Again, making you a lot more accurate because if your screen's not shaking as much, you can focus on trying to outgun players at those longer ranges. Definitely go ahead and give that a try. All the other settings are going to be dependent on your PC or, if you are on a console. Now, once you jump into the firing range and check these settings out, you can see that even though we are playing on the 40 sensitivity setting, it is quite fast for Battlefield. And what you're also going to see here is that after the update, a lot more aim assist is going to be given to you if you are a controller player. You can see that you're going to be able to snap on the players very easily at those medium longer ranges. It's like glue on the sticks. I mean, you can see the additional tug, especially after, maneuvering. I mean, the game is seriously slowing it down and starting to track you towards targets. This is exactly what you should feel like in game. You can see you can snap on the players a lot easier, and overall control is going to be a lot more smooth and a lot more predictable. Bloom was also reduced in this update, so with these aim assist settings and the bloom reduction, you are going to feel that you're going to be outgunning players a lot easier, and the game is going to feel a lot more smooth at those longer ranges. Now, the core was a weapon that you really had to have some great settings to really utilize it at those longer ranges. I can tell you this right now, after just jumping into the firing range and trying out these settings, that you're going to be destroying people at those close, medium, as well as longer ranges. I still recommend going ahead and burst firing and pulling down on the right thumbstick ever so slightly if you do decide to go full auto. And obviously burst firing is still going to be relevant here in Battlefield 6, but this is definitely going to be something you want to check out and get used to, because if you were trying to master the aim assist before this update and you found yourself winning a lot more gunfights, definitely give these settings a try and jump into the firing range to test them out. You're going to see yourself snapping on the players a lot easier, winning more gunfights at longer ranges a lot easier, and overall having a better playing experience. These are the best controller settings to use after the recent update here in Battlefield 6. If you do use any of my settings and start tearing up lobbies, come back to this video and let me know down in the comment section your best gameplay and how you are feeling. Also, feel free to let me know what you guys think of the new aim assist update, the aim assist buff here in Battlefield 6, as well as the bloom reduction. If you guys enjoy, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Been your boy Ears. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully this video helps you out. Deuces.